Okay, so I just got done with my appointment. Oh my gosh, guys, they said the next appointment is a final check. So it's just to make sure everything's looking good. And then not next appointment, but the appointment after I'd be getting them off. So I'm so excited. Okay, so it's July 28th and I have my final check today. Also, my hair is purple now. I think I like the purple the best. But anyway, final check today. That gap, the gap that was there has pretty much closed. So I think there's a good chance that we'll make an appointment to get them off. Anyway, I am going to head to my appointment now and I will talk to you in a bit. Okay, they wanted to correct something. Light blue this time. See how I have some gum recession? One of my front teeth it has some gum recession. It always has ever since it came in basically. And I know that genetics can play a role into it, but since we've been correcting my bite, it's been kind of pulling that tooth more forward, kind of out of the bone a little bit. So we're gonna try to push it back into the bone. At least that's what I think they were saying. And then eventually I'll get a gum graft once this is all over, but I've got another 6 weeks and then we'll see. But yeah, kind of bummed, but I mean, I was like low-key expecting this, so I'll see you at that appointment. It is September 6th. Yeah, it's September 6th, and I have another orthodontist appointment. I can tell that tooth that they were trying to push back, I can tell that it really did get pushed back, so that's good. I'm hoping this will be it. Here's the situation. But yeah, I'm gonna go to my appointment, and then I will tell you what they say afterward. Guys, it's happening! I have a date to get them off, October 5th. Oh my gosh. So I went with this color. And they tied a little thread in between these two bottom teeth because there was a little bit of a gap. So we're gonna close that gap. And then I'm gonna get them off. Oh my gosh. I'm so ready. I'm gonna cry. So, yeah. So it is the night before I get my braces off, and honestly, I have a couple feelings. One, it doesn't feel real. It has been simultaneously the longest 2 years of my life and the shortest 2 years of my life. And for some reason, third, I keep thinking I'm gonna go in tomorrow and they're gonna be like, actually, we want to change this thing, and then I'm gonna have to have my braces on for longer. So I'm just hoping that's not the case. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Obviously, there are a few things that I kind of wish are different, but teeth are teeth. They're never gonna be 100% perfect. So, oh my god, I'm so excited to floss my teeth normally without a threader. I'm just freaking stoked. I will update you in the morning. Okay, so the last 2 years. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, then I'll just kind of maybe do a quick recap. I'll show you a few photos of my teeth before. I had quite a little bit of an overjet and a deep bite. Had one of my lateral incisors was kind of jacked up, kind of like a snaggle tooth a little bit, and my bottom incisors were very crooked. And as my teeth were straightening out, I noticed that I had a bit of a cant on the top, meaning that the top teeth were not straight, they were kind of crooked. So we put a tad on one side of my teeth, and oh my gosh, that's sunlight. Whew. We intruded part of my top set of teeth upward and back into my gums a little bit to try to straighten it out. I did see quite an improvement. And that, honestly, that gumminess on one side, I was very self-conscious about. It's gotten to the point where it's fixed enough that I actually feel good about my smile. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, man. I don't think I'll miss the braces per se, but seeing the changes, the improvements, and then having something scheduled to go to, and the people at the orthodontist, they've all been very lovely. So I might miss that aspect of it. Shoot, my water just tipped over. It's getting all over my car. But yeah, all right, I'm almost there. So I'm just gonna stop this right now, and then I will see you when I get out of the office, hopefully with less metal in my face, so we'll see. Warning, I still have a bit of an overbite, but I don't even care. So those are my teeth. Oh my god, it's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my teeth are so smooth. It's the best feeling ever. Oh my gosh. Getting braces is so worth it. I recommend it 10 out of 10. Okay, maybe I need to explain this later. I'm just way too I don't know. I'm just so tired. And I'm very happy. So once I get my head on my shoulders a little better, I will talk to you about the experience later. Okay, it is 5 days after I got my braces off. Headed to the orthodontist to get my retainer, and I'm running late, so I'll talk to you after I get my retainer. Okay, I'll just make this short and sweet because I have to go to work. Here's my retainer. I got the clear plastic sparkly case because it's so cute, and the retainers actually fit in my mouth super easy. Didn't have any pain or anything with them. Thankfully, I just have to wear them at night, so I don't even have to worry about trying to wear them full time for a while. I know some people have to do that, but I'm just have to wear them at night. Okay, long time no see. So it's cold, as you can tell. So I've had my braces off for 6 weeks? 6 weeks, I think. And it is time for them to take the tad out. Over the past maybe 5 days, the area around the tad is really sensitive, and it's starting to kind of swell a little bit. And I think my body's just like, I'm not having this anymore. It's just like trying to work its way out now. So I'm very relieved to be getting this out because it actually kind of hurts. I don't know if you can see it in this lighting. The tad's still in there and it's coming out. So I'm gonna head to my appointment. I'm gonna get that out and then I will check back in with you. Okay, so they did final photos and they took my tad out and it's kind of gross. I don't know if you can see it, but it was like literally 2 seconds of him with the screwdriver, boop, boop, and it was out. Yeah, they just numbed me topically. And so I'm going to come back in 6 months to do a check, but honestly, I think pretty much it's done, So yeah, I'll do like an overview on the whole journey and yeah, see ya. Okay, so I can't tell if my hair is cute like this or if it just looks stupid, so let's just go for it. So I got my braces off and I want to talk about the whole process of, going through orthodontic treatment, getting the braces off, the kind of adjustment period after that, because it was very different than I imagined. There's also some questions that a commenter wanted to ask, so I'm gonna go over some of that stuff too. I guess I'll start with the beginning. Let me grab some stuff real quick. So, here's my folder, and this has my pictures, my before pictures. Now, I already got my after pictures taken like a little over 2 weeks ago, and that was when they removed my tad. They did final records. I think they were supposed to give me my updated photos in a folder like this one, but they didn't. Maybe they forgot, or maybe they just don't do that. But anyway, we can just compare them with, you know, the actual finished product, which is my face. So let's start from the beginning. So the cost of my braces. So keep this in mind. I paid for this in 2021. I paid in full. I was very lucky to be able to, you know, have some family members lend me some money, so I was able to pay for it in full right then and there so I could get the reduced cost. So, I mean, since that was a couple of years ago, inflation's probably going to change things, and where you live it's going to change too. But I went with just metal tops and bottoms, and because I paid in full, my full amount that I had to pay was $5,818. So almost $6,000 for my treatment. It was just barely over 2 years worth of treatment. And I feel like that's pretty standard, especially for my case. My teeth weren't like the most severe, but they weren't very good. But I'm going to insert this picture. Well, you can kind of see it if it'll focus. Yeah. Okay, so here's my before picture. You can see that yeah, this is probably the worst photo, one of the worst photos ever taken of me. It's so bad. My eyes are really like half closed, but like whatever, you get the idea. I mean, from like first glance, it's not that bad. My mouth, my smile was very lopsided because I had that cant going on. I also, on the bottom teeth, I had this tooth which was way far back. And so yeah, just general crowding. Had a crazy deep bite, which means that your teeth go so much over the bottom teeth. And yeah, so here's the final result. This is so awkward. I'll insert like the before over here and the after. I still have a slight bit of a cant, I think. But I mean, I don't think it's totally possible to make it completely symmetrical just because it has to do with my bone structure being a little off, but everyone's face isn't perfectly symmetrical. I mean, I think that they did a really good job. I'm very pleased with the results. So this is the results. I mean, I think it's pretty crazy that we were able to fit all the teeth. We did some inner proximal reduction, so they shaved down in between my teeth a little bit, just on the bottom really, to be able to fit everything. I didn't break any brackets. Every appointment was super quick. I'd say about maybe 15 minutes. About almost a year into treatment, we repositioned my brackets, so that took a little bit longer. And then about a year and a half into treatment, we added the TAD, which was the mini screw to fix my cant. The pain levels with treatment, it definitely starts off pretty bad. There will be like, when you first get your braces on, there will be like 2 weeks where you can like barely eat food. You'll be like eating the mushiest food, like, and mashed potatoes, pudding, things like that. And that'll be like the only stuff you can sustain yourself on. And I mean, I promise it gets better. And just try to make sure you're drinking a lot of like protein shakes and things like that to try to just get your calories in while your teeth hurt, because it sucks, but it does get better. Every time after when I would get my adjustments, probably 2 or 3 days after the adjustment, my teeth would be pretty sore. But every adjustment I would get, the soreness would be less and less. So like at the ends there, they would do adjustments. I wouldn't feel like anything. It would feel a little tight, but that would be it. I wouldn't have any pain the next days after that. Okay, so keeping my teeth clean. I did throw away some of the supplies, so I'll just like insert pictures of what I'm talking about. So I do have an electric toothbrush, but I didn't use an electric toothbrush the entire time during treatment, just because I was concerned about the bristles getting stuck in the brackets and getting pulled out because, you know, it's electric and it just like spins. So I would just use a normal toothbrush. I also got this toothbrush. It's like the softest toothbrush ever. So when your gums are feeling kind of sore after adjustments and things like that, this
a very soft bristle toothbrush is great to be able to, brush your teeth without feeling like incredibly so much pain. Here's the toothpaste I use. And this is a whitening toothpaste, and I've been using this probably since I was a teenager, so probably over 10 years now. I know that sometimes they say don't use whitening toothpaste while you have braces. Maybe it's because I had been using this so long before I got my braces on, and then I continued using it after I had my braces on. I didn't notice any like marks or like discoloration, but I didn't do any like extra whitening treatments. I think that's where you'd probably see some complications. I also got this like Japanese remineralization toothpaste, which is interesting because I think it just really helps with sensitive teeth. That's what I've noticed. When my teeth were particularly sensitive, I would use this for a few days and it would really help with that. Especially after I got my braces off. Oh my gosh, my teeth were sensitive. So this is my favorite floss. It's cocoa floss and it's like thick and scrubby. This stuff is a lifesaver. Definitely check it out. So I don't have any floss or threaders, but I would tie the floss into the threader and that would like keep it in place, and then I would floss like normal. Floss or threaders are like this. I would get them from like Walmart or Amazon. I also really liked these little, like, they're called interdental brushes or something like that. But they're like little plastic brushes with a little brushy twirly bit on the end. I don't know, I'll insert a picture here. And those were really helpful to get underneath the bracket and be able to scrub in between the areas. Another lifesaver for sure that if you get braces, this is gonna help a lot. You want to get a water flosser. And so water flosser will help remove all of that food because food gets stuck in braces like crazy. But yeah, water flossers are super helpful for that. I would use my water flosser if I was home and food was stuck in my teeth. If not, I would just use toothpicks to remove the food and then swish my mouth out with some water. I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. LOL Borges? LO Borgs? This person was wondering how I kept my teeth clean while I was in public. So this is actually pretty funny. When I would be like at a restaurant or something like that and food would be like stuck in my teeth, I would grab a toothpick and then I would go to the bathroom and I would toothpick my teeth and I would like swish my mouth out at the bathroom sink. I would hope that it was like a single stall bathroom, right? No one would come in and see me clean my teeth in the sink, but like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And sometimes it's kind of difficult. There was a lot of like, when I would be eating food at restaurants with my friends, there was a lot of talking like this just because I know there's food all up in there and I would feel kind of embarrassed. I'd be like talking like this. Those little scrubby brushes too, those interdental brushes, those are really helpful to keeping your clean in public as well. A travel toothbrush that like the handle becomes the cap on it. Those are super helpful too. I kept one of those at my workplace, so I'd brush my teeth sometimes there. This person also wondered, okay, yeah, so how did braces feel when you first got them on? So honestly, it was very bizarre to have them on the first time. It felt like my lips were straining to go over the brackets completely. I kept feeling like I had something in my mouth, like I really had a hard time like closing my mouth all the way. And it does get easier, but you always kind of are straining to close your mouth. And then after I got my braces off, obviously a lot of that went away, but then my lips had to readjust. So it was another like process of my lips feeling like uncomfortable for a while. So dating and kissing with them. So maybe it's just me, but for the past couple of years, I've been single. And so I just I didn't let my braces like get in the way of dating, but I didn't go out of my way to try to date during the process. I was really just focused with my career because I'm a graphic designer, and I changed jobs and I moved a few times. So I was just focusing on, the other life aspects other than things like dating. I also, I didn't go out of my way to do like dating apps or anything like that because, like, if I'm gonna be totally honest with you, there is, and I'm not trying to like yuck anyone's yums, there's like, I don't even know if YouTube will let me say this word. There's like, people have a thing for braces. Like, that's a thing. And so I was like almost concerned that I would go on a dating app and I would end up matching with someone who liked me specifically for that aspect, right? And I'm kind of a serious person, you know, I don't really date casually, not that there's anything wrong with that. So I was concerned that maybe I would get in a relationship with someone who liked me for my braces and then I'd get my braces off and that would kind of like change the dynamic. Like, that was just a concern I had, I guess. And so I kind of just decided to focus on getting the braces over with, focus on my career and other aspects like that before dating. So I can't really talk about like being in a relationship or being like doing any kind of like kissing or anything like that with braces. Like I don't know, I didn't experience any of that. So unfortunately, I can't really say too much on that. An embarrassing story about my braces? I think the most embarrassing thing about my braces, especially there at the end, like my front teeth were positioned in a way where my S's were like loud. Like I would whistle sometimes when I'd pronounce my S's. It was like crazy. Like I can still do it because my front teeth are like positioned correctly. So I guess I can whistle really good now. But for a while there, it was really difficult. I would do that unintentionally all the time, and it was kind of annoying and a little bit embarrassing. Did people notice or say anything about me having braces as an adult? This is the most interesting thing. When I would notice somebody else with adult braces, there was like almost this like, we would look at each other and be like, oh, you also have adult braces, like a little connection there that we would both like acknowledge each other. It was, I don't know, a little camaraderie, almost like an unspoken camaraderie. I thought that was pretty funny. Sometimes kids would notice that I had braces, but usually it would always be something like, oh, I'm gonna get braces, or oh, I have braces, or you know, when people would talk about my braces, they'd always like talk about either themselves having braces, oh, my mom just got braces, things like that. And I don't think anyone ever judged me for having braces as an adult. Yeah, if anything, they would just want to talk about an experience they had with them also. This is an interesting thought. Did having adult braces affect networking at work or at like conventions or anything like that? I think that my braces just made me look a way younger, like a teenager, right? And so maybe people would treat me a little bit as if I was like in my early 20s, because I'm 27 now. So they would kind of treat me like maybe I was like, you know, 19 to like 21, around that age, which, it's fine. I don't really care, like, whatever. They'd still be like totally nice and respectful, but I do feel like people just assumed that I was a little bit younger for having braces. Were there ever moments or situations where I felt insecure about my braces? Honestly, I think at the beginning when I had my braces on, you could really tell like the braces amplify just how crooked my teeth actually were. And so for the first like 6 months, I felt a little pretty insecure about smiling or anything like that just because they looked so jacked up. Yeah, I would say about 6 months into treatment, my teeth were so much more straight than they had been, you know, to begin with, that my confidence grew. And so I actually loved smiling way more like with my teeth than I had before. Even though I had braces, I just felt way more confident with how straight my teeth were actually. Yeah, tightenings hurt, definitely more so at the beginning. Near the end, tightenings are like easy breezy, super easy. They do not hurt pretty much at all. Eating with them, especially at the beginning of treatment, was super annoying. I would just get so frustrated trying to eat without being in pain. But thankfully, you know, give it like a couple months and you'll be eating pretty much just normally. Just like try to avoid certain hard foods or sticky foods. And yeah, you should be good. I think that's it for the viewer questions. It's interesting, the last 2 years felt like simultaneously the longest 2 years of my life, but like when it was time to get them off, I was like, wow, that actually went by pretty quickly. And it's strange because, you know, every day you're like, oh my God, I want to get them off. I want to get them off. I want to get them off. And then when it's time to get them off, you're kind of like, ooh, this is like a big change, and you get nervous, right? And so let me talk about the process of getting my braces off. It might be a little bit different because I had a tad, and so it was like a 2-step process pretty much. So you go in, the orthodontist checks your teeth, makes sure that, you know, it's actually time to take them off. And then they just start taking them off. And I had metal on both the top and bottom. It's a little different if you have ceramic, but they took like these pliers and just like crunched down on each bracket, and it just like popped off. It was like pop, 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 pop. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was on certain teeth, like my front teeth, it was a little bit scary. It kind of felt like maybe my teeth were going to be broken off in half, but it actually really wasn't that bad, especially the molars are like easy. So that took maybe 20 seconds to get the brackets off, and then they had to shave down all of the glue. And honestly, this part is kind of rough. It took probably 10 minutes to get all the glue off, maybe even 15 minutes, but they have to use several different drills and they have to polish it off. And it's like kind of just unpleasant. Your teeth get really cold because they're constantly putting water on them and getting rid of the glue residue and stuff. It is kind of painful, and you know, not all of the glue came off the first time. I have found a couple spots where I still have glue, and the next time I go in, which is in like 6 months or something, I might ask them to get rid of that if it doesn't just like naturally come off. I would say really check your teeth, make sure that all the glue is off, and then make sure to ask them if you find any to remove it, because it's just it's just kind of annoying to have like the rough glue on your teeth. So they took the glue off, and then they said, here's a toothbrush, go to the sink and go brush your teeth. No, actually, okay, hold on. I'm getting this a little bit confused. After they broke the brackets off, they had me go and brush my teeth. And my immediate thought when I saw my teeth in the mirror was, okay, and this is very common, they're really big. And oh my gosh, I have a crazy overjet. And I actually was like, I kind of felt like sad about it. Like, honestly, my initial thought was like, oh my gosh, my overjet is so bad. But all in all, it's actually not that bad. It's technically acceptable. I do think it's a little bit more than average, but it's just because I have big teeth and I have a lot of teeth, and we kept all my teeth. We didn't do any extraction, so that's just kind of how it went. But the initial shock was, I just say prepare for that, because you want to think, oh, it's going to be great seeing my teeth without my braces off. But honestly, it's kind of spooky. Like, you have a bit of a disconnect. You see yourself with braces for like 2 years, and now you see yourself without them, and you're like, oh, that's what the final result, that's what my teeth are gonna look like. And so it takes a while to adjust to that. I'll go into more detail about that in a bit. But yeah, so I brushed my teeth and I was like, oh my gosh, my overbite's like crazy. But it really isn't that bad. It's just my initial reaction. So they got the glue off, and then they went and they took some, so my place, they don't do like the foam impressions. They have a 3D scanner that they like go and like 3D scan all of your teeth, right? Let me grab something. Oh my gosh, I just spent way too long trying to find my 3D teeth mold, but it was just because my gnome guy I put him on top of it, and then he was covering him with his beard. Okay, so, all right, so they took a 3D scan of my teeth, and then that's what they were going to make my retainer based off of. And so I had to come in the next week to pick up my retainers, but then I also picked up my 3D printed teeth. There we go. Yeah, so these are my teeth. Kind of crazy to look at. You can kind of see what I mean by like, I still have quite a bit of an overjet. But honestly, I don't know. It's actually not that bad. Oh, rewind. Before they 3D modeled my teeth, the orthodontist said, I'm going to polish your teeth a little bit just to make them a little more even. And he barely touched them, which honestly I appreciate because I like the look of natural teeth. Teeth aren't always perfectly the same shape and same size. And so he just barely just did a tiny bit of a touch up. And I had one of my front teeth was a little bit chipped. And so then he went in with some composite filling and fixed it. And he did such a good job, honestly. Yeah, so then they 3D scanned my teeth for my retainer, and then, yeah, they kept the tad in there because they said, you know, it's not usual, like, we never have to put braces back on, but just in case we have to for some reason in 6 weeks, we would rather not have to put the tad back in. So they were going to wait to see how my teeth progressed and then take it out when they did final records. Okay, so then I picked up the retainer and I have it here. This is a case I bought off Amazon because I just wanted something a little more cute. It has a mirror and it has a magnet, so it magnets it shut. These are my retainers. Just like standard plastic retainers. Honestly, they're kind of really annoying to sleep in, but I don't want my teeth shifting, so I sleep in them anyway. They said I can just brush them with a soft toothbrush and toothpaste, and I've heard that you're not supposed to use toothpaste on retainers, but I don't know, so I've been using some soap and I've been brushing them, and I've been using like retainer cleaner tablet stuff too. Okay, so after I got my braces off and everything was, you know, I was just living my life. Eating, oh my gosh, it's so nice to eat without braces. And honestly, it's so much easier to clean my teeth now that my teeth are straight. It's like kind of astounding how easy it is now. My teeth, I wouldn't say they felt particularly slimy when I got my braces off, but they felt really smooth, like an even plane. I could just run my tongue across my teeth and it was just like no resistance. It was so nice and even. And yeah, I love that. I don't know. It's so getting used to looking at yourself after you have orthodontic treatment and your face being like noticeably different. It's kind of like, it kind of messes with you. And so I thought I'd be like super like happy about it. And like in a way I was happy about it, but it also like kind of low key like stressed me out for like I think it took like a whole month to get really used to looking at myself. Like I really felt self-conscious with how big my teeth were, even though they're proportional to my face. They really aren't that like too big. But just because it was that difference of no longer having braces and then suddenly you can see all your teeth, it really messes with you and you kind of feel like a bit of an identity crisis almost, or at least I did. But, you know, after a month, I pretty much got used to it, and now I gotta say I love my teeth being just like, I love the results. I just absolutely love it. I'm so happy that I went through with this. It's life-changing. I gotta say, it really is life-changing. If you have ever thought of getting orthodontic treatment, and if it's like, would make like a serious impact on your life, like if you can afford it, I would say just definitely at least go get a consultation, because I think it's totally worth it. In my case, it was totally worth it. I had a great orthodontist too. He really did a phenomenal job. I'm so happy I went to that orthodontist in particular, because you could tell that he really cared about his patients, and just like he was willing to try new treatments, like with the tad correcting the cant and stuff. He was willing to try more like alternative ways to get the results that I was looking for. And he listened to all of my concerns and he like, you know, made adjustments accordingly, which I think is amazing. What else can I say about it? I think it's kind of interesting though. I really do. I know it's been like 2 years, so my face has changed just naturally from, you know, getting a little bit older. I do think it's kind of incredible how much of a difference it made with my bottom half of my face. I feel like it is so much more symmetrical, especially fixing that cant. I just feel, I don't know, I feel like it really improved my jaw structure almost. And so, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so braces, 2 thumbs up from me. And if you haven't seen any of the other videos in this braces journey, I'll go ahead and leave a playlist for you to check them out if you would like. And other than that, yeah, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the people who have been watching since the beginning, and thank you to the people who have been watching along the way. It's really cool to be able to share this experience with you. Anyway, yeah, thanks. So that's the end of my braces journey. I do have an appointment in 6 months just to check everything and make sure everything's, you know, situating properly and the retainer's working and stuff. But so far, I think that's pretty much it. I am going to get, at some point, a gum graft because I just have genetically very thin gums at the front of my bottom teeth. So I'm gonna have to do that at some point. Maybe I'll make a video about that. It's kind of gross and I get kind of squeamish when I think about it, but maybe it'll help some people who are in a similar situation. So yeah, I have to do the shameless plugs now. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to watch any of our other videos. Sometimes we make fashion content or like silly, like we're trying drinks and whatnot kind of videos. I can only make these kind of videos every once in a while, but I would appreciate it if you just stuck around to see what else we do. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you later. Oh my god, I hate ending YouTube videos because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. See ya.
You